We humans, members of the genus Homo, have come remarkably far in the 2.8 million years of our existence, and a lot of progress has especially been made within the last 200 years. Today, we enjoy unprecedented levels of technology that have helped the worldwide lifespan reach roughly 73 years at birth. However, the journey to get here has not been an easy one, and we've had to endure many hardships, sometimes caused by our own doing. This is reflected by the shockingly low lifespans seen across time. But if you think life today is tough, you might want to consider yourself lucky that you weren't born during what could be considered the worst time to have ever been a human. We're talking about a period so catastrophic, so devastating, that it nearly wiped our species off the face of the Earth. This event, known as the Toba supervolcano eruption, occurred approximately 74,000 years ago and left an indelible mark on human history. Imagine a world plunged into darkness, where the sky is constantly filled with ash and the air is thick with sulfur. This was the reality for our ancestors who lived through the aftermath of the Toba supervolcano eruption. Located in what is now Sumatra, Indonesia, the Toba volcano unleashed a cataclysmic explosion that dwarfed any volcanic event in recorded history. The eruption was so massive that it ejected an estimated 2,800 cubic kilometers of material into the atmosphere. That's enough to cover the entire state of Texas in a layer of ash 15 feet deep. The immediate effects of the eruption were devastating. Vast areas of Southeast Asia were buried under thick layers of ash, instantly obliterating local ecosystems and any unfortunate humans caught in the vicinity. But the true horror of Toba was yet to come. The enormous amount of volcanic material thrown into the atmosphere triggered what scientists call a volcanic winter. Global temperatures plummeted, causing widespread crop failures and ecosystem collapse on a scale never seen before or since. For the humans alive at the time, this must have been an apocalyptic scenario. Imagine waking up one day to find the world you knew transformed into a cold, dark wasteland. The sun, obscured by a thick veil of ash and sulfur aerosols, would have appeared as a dim, reddish orb in the sky. Plants withered and died, unable to photosynthesize in the gloomy conditions. Animals, deprived of their food sources, began to starve en masse. And our ancestors, already struggling to survive in a harsh prehistoric world, found themselves facing the greatest challenge of their existence. The Toba catastrophe theory suggests that this event created a population bottleneck in human evolution, reducing the global human population to perhaps as few as 3,000 to 10,000 surviving individuals. That's right, our entire species was potentially reduced to a population smaller than that of many modern high schools. The genetic evidence for this bottleneck is still debated among scientists, but there is no doubt that the Toba eruption had a profound impact on human populations across Asia and possibly beyond. Survival in this post-apocalyptic world would have required extraordinary resilience and adaptability. Those who managed to endure would have faced unimaginable hardships. Food would have been incredibly scarce, with most plant and animal life decimated by the volcanic winter. Our ancestors would have been forced to scavenge whatever meager resources they could find, possibly resorting to eating foods they would normally avoid just to stay alive. The cold would have been another deadly enemy. With global temperatures dropping by an estimated 3-5 degrees Celsius, and even more in some regions, staying warm would have been a constant struggle. Imagine trying to survive in a world where every day feels like the depths of winter, but without the benefit of modern heating or warm clothing. Our ancestors would have huddled together in whatever shelters they could find or construct, burning whatever fuel they could scavenge to stave off the bitter cold. Disease would have been rampant in these conditions. Weakened by malnutrition and constant exposure to the elements, humans would have been highly susceptible to infections. With populations forced into close quarters for warmth and safety, any illness could have spread rapidly, potentially wiping out entire groups. The psychological toll of living through such an event is almost unimaginable. The world as they knew it had ended, replaced by a dark, cold, and hostile environment. The constant struggle for survival, coupled with the loss of family members and community, would have placed enormous stress on the human psyche. It's likely that many succumb not just to the physical hardships, but to the mental and emotional trauma of their situation. Yet, against all odds, some of our ancestors survived. They endured years, perhaps decades, of hardship as the Earth slowly recovered from the Toba catastrophe. As the ash settled and the skies gradually cleared, life began to return to the devastated landscapes. Our resilient forebears, having weathered the worst disaster in human history, emerged to repopulate the world. The Toba eruption and its aftermath serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of human existence in the face of natural disasters. It puts our modern challenges into perspective, reminding us that while we face significant issues today, we are far better equipped to deal with them than our ancestors were 74,000 years ago. Moreover, the fact that we're here today discussing this ancient catastrophe is a testament to the incredible resilience and adaptability of our species. Those who survived the Toba eruption passed on not just their genes, but their indomitable spirit, a legacy that we all carry within us. As we reflect on this worst time to have ever been a human, we can't help but feel a sense of awe and gratitude. Awe at the sheer power of nature and the tenacity of our species, and gratitude for the countless generations of survivors who endured unimaginable hardships to ensure the continuation of our lineage. In many ways, the story of Toba is the story of humanity itself, a tale of survival against overwhelming odds of adaptability in the face of catastrophic change, and of the unbreakable human spirit that has carried us from the brink of extinction to the heights of civilization we enjoy today. So the next time you find yourself complaining about a minor inconvenience, remember the Toba survivors. Remember that you are the descendant of some of the toughest, most resilient humans who ever lived, and be thankful that you weren't around for what was truly the worst time to have ever been a human.